be any procreation, for there to be advancement of our species, it's important to them. And so again, that's the importance of it. And so with that, I hope that more emphasis is brought and more thought can be brought to taking care of for the men. It's important for men and women so that more screening can take place. So if there's a cancer that is to be diagnosed, that is diagnosed early.
On this, in this event, well, I first want to say now, you know, a lot of times I think that we, because a lot of us Christians may sometimes not take the action steps that we may need to take early, and sometimes we end up with illnesses and sickness that we could either have prevented or we could have done a better job at working with and maybe have experienced better healing. And so I like to say that just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't need a doctor. You know, just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't need medicine. I am a Christian. I am grateful to have my faith to fall on and to rely on, but I trust in the process that the beauty of God it does work in the fact that I've been blessed with doctors and nurses and all different kinds of people who focus on health so that I can be healthier. My doctors and nurses are gifts from God, and so I utilize them to the best of my ability. So I want to reach out and extend that to all of us in the Christian faith, to exercise, especially if you have health insurance, and especially if you have some things going on with your health that you're ignoring or not paying attention to. That's not a healthy way to be alive. You know, if you see and you feel things going on that you know is something new and you didn't it's something you're recognizing it for the first time, get to the doctor, get it checked out. But on this event that's coming up, I know that there's a lot of work and planning going on. And this is a public event. It's open for anybody and everybody? Or can you talk a little more about the event that's coming up in September?
The event that's coming up in September, it's open to all Christian churches. We're trying to focus on the churches in San Francisco. Last year, our attendance was 40 churches total, but only 8 from the San Francisco area. Being that I reside in San Francisco, I know that we do have a lot of people with health disparities. So we want to focus on getting this information and health and resources to our San Francisco family. And we are all family. And this is one means of doing it. Are you registered? The church, we're really wanting the pastor to come. Because if you have a good leader, he will direct his people in the right direction. We want the members or the elders to come also. At my church, my pastor made it an example. He knows his numbers. And to make sure we get the information out to a total full congregation, I do the health ministry 15 minutes before his speech, his sermon on Sunday. This way, we're there with the information, all that's required and needed before everybody gets out to the bathroom or past collection. They get all of this good information before the sermon, and then they're ready and set to go to hear the word of God.
Wow, that's really bright. I was just thinking when you were saying that, just think of how many people are right at church, even if you're late. Many people time it so that they get there just before the sermon. So if you are giving your message about health just before the pastor, then you obviously have a full house. Yeah,
it's
that's
perfect.
wonderful.
It's perfect time. And at the end, we always serve some good fresh fruit and vegetables, healthy food. And our church members are beginning to fellowship with each other. Before, everybody would leave church trying to get to the freeway. Most churches in San Francisco are known as commuter churches. The churches are still in the city, but the pastor and most of the members live out of the city. But now they have a reason to stop, stay, talk, get good information, eat some good food. Now they are asking for the fruit and the vegetables and not the fried chicken and the pound cakes.
And Wilma's church, Neighborhood Baptist, is a perfect example of how we want churches to approach health. And at our health ministry gathering, our gathering of health and community on as well, there's one particular program that we're very much looking to sponsor and introduce called Body and Soul. It's also sponsored and largely sponsored by the American Cancer Society as well. So, healthy eating can help prevent cancer as well as. But the importance, there are 4 main pillars with this Body and Soul program, and we'll also be going into them further when we have our gathering. And the first is pastor buy-in. And so clearly, Neighborhood Baptist, Pastor Lane Hawkins had very much had the communication with Wilma. Okay, we're going to have that talking